Hello, everyone. It's that time for another episode of the Cryptoviser, where we talk about everything crypto, blockchain, investing. But today, it's all about Cardano. We're going to be revisiting a video that I did just a few weeks ago, basically about Coinbase not listing Cardano and my belief that the price of Cardano is being suppressed by not just Coinbase, but many of these other exchanges that are not listing Cardano and not even giving Cardano any time of day, like not even acknowledging Cardano. So I wanted to go through a little bit more about what is going on, what could potentially be coming, and my view on if or when Cardano is listed on Coinbase or PayPal or Gemini. We will see a $10 ADA in short order. So sit back, relax, let's get into it. Don't forget to give this video an absolutely free thumbs up. It's right underneath the video. It's free to do, costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps get this video out to more people who like Cardano, who are exploring cryptocurrencies. So don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and hit subscribe and turn on notifications. All right, guys. So if you've been following my channel, none of this is really a surprise to you, and my views are not going to be a surprise to you either, most likely. If you're new to this channel, hit subscribe and get ready, because I try to give you guys a neutral point of view from an investor perspective. I don't consider myself a fanboy, although I am a fan of Cardano and the team behind Cardano and the overall Cardano community. So let's explore a few things going on right now. So Cardano is at 35 cents. We are currently in the Shelly phase of Cardano. Goguen is next. Shelly was decentralization and staking. We do have live staking on the mainnet, with about 70% of the entire network currently being live staked, meaning coins are being locked up. I know some of you are going to say they're not locked up, Cryptoviser. If you're not using them and you're staking them, they're locked up, right? So that's 70% of the network. And we are moving very shortly. I believe it's going to be end of March, early April, maybe end of April. But I don't know much further than that, because everything that I'm seeing across the Cardano ecosystem, and we're going to go through some of those things today, seem like everything is kind of lining up for the perfect release of Goguen, which is the smart contract functionality for the Cardano blockchain. This is going to enable dApps, smart contract, financial contracts, people to build on the Cardano ecosystem and blockchain. And this is a very, very important phase of Cardano, because this is truly when the entire network is going to be turned over to the world, right? Right now, the network is essentially already turned over to the world, but I want you guys to understand that we are in the Shelly phase. So right now, when I'm recording this video, we're about, I think, 70% of all the blocks that are being produced by public community stake pools, not federated nodes that are run by the developers of Cardano, which is IOHK, that's Charles Hoskinson's company. So I believe towards the middle or end of March, that number for decentralization is going to be going down to 100%, or like very close to 99.9, whatever. 99 or more percent of the network will be validated by community pools and no longer federated nodes. I believe, based on my research, this is what Cardano developers are waiting for in order to release Goguen. So I think that we're going to see a few things happening in quick succession of each other. One, we're going to see the K parameter, which is the saturation of stake pools, decreased. That is going to mean that the ideal number of stake pools is, I believe, 1,000 or a little bit over that. And any stake pool that has over 32 million ADA at that point will be considered saturated and have diminishing returns. So this is going to push most of the validation to a plethora of pools, with the target, I believe, being 1,000. I believe right after that happens, what we are going to see is the D parameter, which is the decentralization parameter, which I just explained. That is how many of the blocks are being produced by community pools and not federated or centralized servers. And that number is going to be going down to 0 or 100% of community pools. And then I believe we are going to see the full rollout of Goguen. Now, I know that you guys are going to say, but Cryptoviser, Charles said in his videos that they're already rolling out Goguen. So Goguen is, first of all, I love when you guys say that in the comments, but Cryptoviser, I don't have all day to watch all of Charles Hoskinson's videos. I try to watch as many as I possibly can, but there's so much information in the overall crypto ecosystem that I follow that it's very hard to follow one project in detail every single video, right? But the general gist is that the full rollout, right? I don't care about phase rollouts because that's not a full rollout. I just care about the full thing when it is fully baked and done. That is going to be happening after, like, I think 3 phases over the next few months and to the target date of end of March, early April. Maybe a little bit later than that, but I don't think it's going to be too much later because what we're going to be going through is it seems like Cardano on the back end has been setting a few things up to kind of roll out with Goggen's full implementation. And what this is going to do, I believe, is going to create rapid kind of deployment of multiple things all at once, right? Or within a very short time frame, right? We have the saturation parameter changing, then we have the decentralization parameter changing, then we have the full rollout of Goguen, and then what do you think is going to be coming after the full rollout of Goguen? We're going to be hearing from companies that are building on Cardano and what they're going to be deploying, hopefully in rapid succession. So all of this could be happening within the next 3, 4, or 5 months. And like I say, I can't predict the future, but I have been in the Cardano ecosystem for a little bit of time now, since 2017 when Cardano first actually launched. And I have been telling you guys and walking you guys through connecting the dots in what is going on. So let's explore what is going on and why Cardano is not listed on Coinbase, right? Because all of you guys have been telling me, but Cryptoviser, saturation is not done, Goggen's not done, decentralization parameter is not there yet. And I'm like, I personally don't think that Coinbase cares about any of that. And the reason that I say that is because they listed Wi-Fi, UMA, sushi. Maybe not sushi, but you guys get what I'm saying. They listed all of these during their initial pumps. And there was still kind of uncertainty. What is Wi-Fi? Is it going to last? Is it a big scam? Whatever. Like, there was a lot of questions about that. And they still listed it, like almost immediately after it launched. And not just Wi-Fi, but many of the other DeFi protocols as well. Not time tested, not like years of research and deployment. And that is what Cardano is doing, right? Cardano essentially has spent the last 3 years or 5 years researching and testing, and now it's deployment time, right? So I don't think that Coinbase is waiting for that. But what Coinbase may be waiting for is some other things. I don't know. This just came out from Coinbase, middle of January of 2021. Coinbase creates an open door policy for new listings. Well. And like I've said on previous videos, if you guys missed any of those videos, I have them linking up here, or you can check my Cardano playlist and you can kind of scroll through. But one of the things that I talked about is it's kind of a double-edged sword when we hear Charles Hoskinson saying, oh, well, there's an NDA or non-disclosure agreement between IOHK and Coinbase, because there may be a non-disclosure agreement, or maybe there's not. We don't know, and Coinbase is not going to confirm or deny that. So there's really no way to know if there is a non-disclosure agreement and therefore what else is going on. So we just kind of have to take Charles's word that there is a non-disclosure agreement, and that's why they can't speak about it. I think that they could speak about it, but that's my personal opinion. But anyway, this just launched a few weeks ago. It's called the Asset Hub. I actually did a previous video about the Asset Hub, but essentially the Asset Hub allows projects to request a listing for their token and view the status of that request. Coinbase describes the service as a single interface for digital asset issuers to manage the full life cycle of their assets. The firm, Coinbase, says that it aims to list every compliant crypto asset and adds that streamlining this process is step one toward achieving the goal. Our door is open, the firm says. I don't know if I agree with their door is open, but that's neither here nor there. They have been silent since my previous video earlier in January of 2021 about artificial price suppression. Because, like I've told you in previous videos, if Cardano hits $3, it will flip Ethereum at current prices. Now, obviously, if Ethereum goes up, it may not flip it. But I believe that if we do get a Coinbase or Paxos listing, and I'm going to get into the Paxos stuff in just a minute, I believe that we are going to see $10 short order, meaning we will hit $10 probably. This is my opinion, my thought. Don't make investment choices based on what I say, because I could be wrong. But I think that $10 is going to be easy. More easy, I believe, with Coinbase than Paxos, although that's still up in the air. Now, some of you are going to say, but Cryptoviser, who cares about Coinbase? Well, we know, based on data, that prices in the cryptocurrency space move when they get listed on Coinbase. I don't care what any of you guys say. Look at Synthetics. Synthetics was listed at like $6. Now it's $17. Polkadot was listed at $3. Now it's almost $20. Chainlink was listed at, I think, $3. And look at where it is now. So if you guys are still in the whole bandwagon, oh, we don't need Coinbase. We don't need Coinbase. Okay, then Cardano is going to be in the likes of Tron, Monero, BSV. Like, I can go on, and you guys get my drift, right? We don't want that to be the case, in my view. I think Cardano is a, granted, not fully released protocol, and that may be the reason that they are not listing Cardano. But I still believe that Coinbase is not listing Cardano because of Ethereum and the market caps. Probably this was created in the Cardano ecosystem by design by Charles Hoskinson and his team as a kind of easy way to flip Ethereum, especially that Ethereum is the main competitor of Cardano. But it didn't seem to work out that well, at least at the beginning. So Paxos, why is Paxos important? Well, Paxos is the cryptocurrency provider for PayPal. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't really care about the bit license. I don't really care about the bit license either, but it's kind of like the gold standard in the US with these crypto exchanges, especially the regulated ones. So I always look at what is being approved by the New York State Department of Financial Service to see and understand what is really going on. For instance, Tron is not here. I don't think Tron will ever be here. Monero is not here. It's not on the list. Now, these are considered self-certified coins, or basically number of entities approved to use the coins. And this is a little bit different than the green list, so to speak, by New York State. So these are the coins that are approved. Basically, across the board, any New York State approved bit license holder can transact in these individual coins. Even XRP, which is surprising that it's considered a security. But remember, the guy who created the bit license ended up on the board of directors for Ripple. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So right now, we don't see Cardano listed here. But right down here, it says the department tracks coins for which it has given individual entities approval to custody and list, meaning that the coin was specifically approved for whatever institution to hold or list, right? Custody to hold, list is to actually transact and sell. So we see Cardano here. Now, this was not updated since November 2 of 2020. I did send the tweet out to Department of Financial Services to update this because I'm guessing that there's been updates since then. But there is one cryptocurrency exchange that is approved for listing and custody in the state of New York. But there's no New York State bit license holders that are currently actually listing Cardano and or public with the fact that they're custodying the coin. None of the regulated entities have announced that. So I go back to the Bitwise Investment Trust that was approved for Cardano. At least that's what it appears to be. That's why I believe it's Paxos that has this approval from New York State, which could mean that Cardano is coming to Paxos. But I'm kind of more on the Coinbase side, and let me explain why. And by the way, if you're up to this point in the video, don't forget to give the video an absolutely free thumbs up. It's right underneath the video. It's free to do. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. The reason I think that it is Coinbase versus Paxos is because we know there's other stuff going on. Earlier in 2020, the Cardano Foundation announced that basically Cardano would be custodied by by Coinbase. This is what they said at their summit or right before their summit, and they said it was going to happen before the end of 2020. We haven't heard any announcements, but the BitLicense approval list shows that at least one exchange or provider has been approved. We just don't know which one it is. The other thing to keep in mind, and we talked about this earlier, so I'm not going to really go through this, but full deployment of Goguen in Q2, that's the smart contract layer, provided tests are successful. The other thing that I've been seeing, now, Cardano Foundation has been working with Coty to release AdaPay for quite a few years already, basically a year and a half. They announced this at the end of 2019, and I have been seeing some interviews recently from Coty employees or executives basically saying that they are going to be releasing some type of AdaPay platform within the next month or so. I also saw a recent video where Charles Hoskinson said that there was going to be deployment of certain special projects within 45 days, which again kind of puts us in March to April timeframe. So all of these things are leading me to believe, right? And then Hoskinson was talking about onboarding Fortune 500 companies, which is really what the idea behind Cardano, the philosophy behind what the Cardano blockchain is, creating a robust financial operating system for the world, right? A global financial operating system. And also with the integration of Atala, it enables identity management along with financial management, similar to what is going on in China. And you guys know, if you follow my channel, that kind of stuff is moving towards the West with the everything in one place, right? How you transact, how you communicate, et cetera, et cetera. So these are a lot of things to think about. And this is why I believe that Cardano, number one, the price is being suppressed by not having these listings, by not acknowledging what Cardano is capable of currently and about to be capable of in a month or two. And I'm starting to see rumblings around the Twitter sphere of, I mean, guys, this happened with XRP back in 2017. XRP was not listed by Coinbase. XRP was not listed, I think, by a few other exchanges as well, but Coinbase was the big one because it's the main on and off ramp for US citizens. This is where a majority of new money is coming in, believe it or not. I know there's other exchanges, but a lot of them don't have the ease of access to USD on and off ramps. Now, some of you are going to say, but Cryptoviser, I can use this exchange and do it. I can use this exchange and do it. I'm not saying that there's no exchanges that are able to do it. But the majority of people go on Coinbase, or now they're going to be going on PayPal or Venmo, and they need access to these coins for them to really pump in price, right? So the same thing happened at the end of 2017 when XRP was not listed on Coinbase, and the community kept pushing for a listing, and then they finally listed it, and then we saw price pump up a little bit higher. Obviously, it came back down, and we're still at the same price that we were at 3 years ago. Now with Cardano, we are well over 10x from the ICO price, which was about 2 cents to 2.5 cents, and now we're at 35 cents. But guys, once Goguen launches, and if some of these projects are going to be launching in parallel, right? Coty and AdaPay, Wolfram Alpha, Singularity Net, maybe some other dApps that we don't know about yet that are going to start building on Cardano. All of these things lead me to believe, and also the psychological barrier. Guys, there is only so much more time that can go by where major crypto exchanges, and I'm not just talking about Coinbase, other major exchanges cannot and can no longer avoid the topic of Cardano and ADA. It doesn't matter what their belief of the past was. It doesn't matter how they feel about Charles Hoskinson. It doesn't matter how much Ether they own. At some point, we are going to reach a point where the overall crypto ecosystem says, why has Cardano been in the top 10 for 3 years now? And now we are in the top 4, right? Tether's not really a cryptocurrency. So top 5, and Cardano is not listed. I don't know the answer to that. Some of you guys think that they're waiting until the hard forks take place for Goguen, because I believe that there's going to be 2 to 3 hard forks that happen. They're not going to be like the traditional like Bitcoin hard fork where it forks into different protocols. This is just going to be kind of an upgrade to the system. But maybe these exchanges are waiting until full deployment, but then you could still say, well, you still have scaling and governance, right? Which still means that the entire blockchain is not yet developed. So this is my belief. I believe that if or when Cardano is listed on Coinbase and or PayPal and Venmo, we will see $10, in short order. What that means, I don't know. Less than a year, less than 6 months, who knows? If you look at synthetics, if you look at Filecoin, all of the recent listings on Coinbase, you can see that the prices have, moved from a listing, right? So if we look at synthetics was listed, I believe, in December. So we'll do a 3-month chart. And you can see it was sitting at $4, $3, $4 in November and December. It started creeping up a little bit, still in the $4 range. And now we are at $16. So basically 4x in 1 month. Granted, there is some stuff that's going on with synthetics on the back end, but you're telling me that it's a coincidence that right after they listed, the price goes up. $10 short order, in my opinion. Granted, we could go higher than that. We can hit $10 and then come back down to $3, maybe come back down to 50 cents. I don't know, but I do believe that a listing on Coinbase will push the price up. So people ask me, but Cryptoviser, what can we do? Well, you can open support tickets with your exchange and say, hey, do you know when Cardano is going to be listed? Do you guys have a time frame for when we're going to have support for Cardano? I really want to be able to purchase and learn more about this project. You guys can do that. You can email support, you can tweet them, you could do all of the above. But if enough people do this, think about it. I think that Coinbase has 43 million users. If even 1% of that, right, 400,000 of you guys write notes to Coinbase, you don't think that they're going to see the writing on the wall? And then when it does get listed, you have been part of history in getting Cardano to new all-time highs. So these are my thoughts, my opinions. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. I think that we went over a lot of important things. Don't forget to give this video an absolutely free thumbs up. It's right underneath the video. It's free to do. It costs you nothing, and it helps get the video out to more people. And while you're down there giving the video a thumbs up, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. I will see all of you on the next video. Invest responsibly. Do your own research. And as always, crypto on.